Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for, this is going to be a bonus reading for the end of 2021. Basically, it's going to be from whenever you watch it until the end of 2021. So for the rest of 2021, I should say. But we're going to jump right in here. We're using the 5 Cent Tarot, if you're wondering what deck this is. And in your first row, we're going to take a look at your current general energies. In your second row, we're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you. And in your last row, Virgo, we're going to look at any messages from your guides. This is a really good reading already. You have the Chariot, the Star. I swear you had like this exact same setup in one of your recent readings. Chariot, Star, or something like that here, so that's nice. And you have this Gateway card as well at the end, which is a very good card of going through kind of a transition or a transformation at this time. And you have the Death card, which is a card of transformation or transition. So clearly going through a major transformation in your life. I feel like springtime, I feel... the best way I could describe the feeling I get off your reading is it's spring. Like, I feel like you're just feeling fresh and like the air is fresher. I don't know. That sounds ridiculous, but I like it. You start off with the Body and Soul card coming up here in your current general energies. I do feel a lot of you are trying to heal, clearly, with the Star card, or you could be going through some sort of healing at this time. I do feel like that would be very beneficial for you to, take time to heal if you need to, take time for doing whatever you want to do. That would be good. You have this Universe card here. This deck has like 4 or 5 Oracle cards in it. This Universe card is a card of kind of like internal growth. So I feel for a lot of you, you're going through this like internal growth. This could be very uncomfortable, like in the past, so for some of you, I feel maybe you have seen things about yourself that you don't like, and that could be, that could be a little bit painful. I do get some pain here in this reading, although, like I said, I feel good about it for the most part. So you might, what I would say is be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you have done some things that you don't really like. I feel like things are improving. And again, it's like if we didn't do things that we didn't like, or if we didn't have these experiences, we wouldn't grow. So, it's like, it's not really good or bad if you've done things that you consider to be bad. What I would say is just change it for the future, right? And that's kind of like what's going on here, I feel, in your first row here. You have the Chariot, the Star, and the Universe card. This card also says infinite growth on it, not just inner growth, but infinite growth. And it looks like for a lot of you, something could be growing. You always get the Star, now that I think about it. And I do see the Star as a goal for you, but it's something that's far away. It's something that is maybe you feel is a little bit out of reach, right? I feel like it's something that has been a disappointment to you as well with this Star card. I'm really focused on the fact that the Star has legs here and it's a starfish, but I feel like it's like I'm seeing something spinning like this in my head, and I feel like you have gone through cycles with something that you see as a goal, a wish, or a dream for years. And it's like, I feel that part of you has hope and faith that you'll be able to accomplish this goal, wish, or dream. And then another part of you doesn't. Or again, I feel like you could be going through cycles where you feel really positive about something, then you feel really negative about something here. I feel like the Chariot is asking you to take control. The Chariot is a card of hard control. The Chariot is about really grabbing onto those reins and making something happen. And it's a card of determination as well. So I feel like the more that you can believe that you're going to accomplish something, the better. There are a couple other elements of the Chariot that I think are important for you. Number one, the Chariot, he usually has stars in his canopy. He's got moons on his shoulders as well. This represents as above, so below. So, I feel like you need to kind of make sure you believe that you can have something. I also feel like you need to use your powers of manifestation to make something happen as well. I also feel like you need to realize the 2 moons is like a waxing and a waning moon. It kind of represents maybe you need to kind of wax something off and then wax something on to into your life, right? Wax on, wax off, whatever the saying is. And I'm getting that energy for you here. So some of you could be needing to make some sort of sacrifice to have something greater. We see this with the Death card right here. I'm really surprised that the Ace of Swords, for example, didn't show up in your reading. But I feel like you could be making a sacrifice. This isn't something, it's not like a bad thing. I feel like some of you could be like moving, and what you're sacrificing is your old life for a new life. So that wouldn't surprise me. Really wouldn't surprise me if some of you were moving to another country as well in the future, because just wouldn't, just based off your astrology, I feel a lot of you Virgos could be changing, integrating into new cultures and things like that as well. But I feel like you'll be very successful. He is also traditionally holding the same wand that the Magician is holding. So again, you create your own reality. I feel like you need to use your powers of manifestation to make something happen. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have the Dolphin Spirit. This card says this and that are true. It's crazy because all three water signs, I just did the water signs, all three water signs had very similar messages basically saying that this and that are true. This card says whatever you believe is going to be the truth. And I get the same thing for you here. Very similar reading. I feel like basically whatever you believe at this time is going to be the truth. So, think more positively. Think basically thoughts of what you want here is what I feel for you. You have the Ten of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Empress and the Knight of Swords here. It's like a very rapid change that I get here. And the Ten of Swords, I do consider it to be the worst tarot card, if there is such a thing. I don't really look at tarot as good or bad. To me, it just is, basically. And, the Ten of Swords is like the death of something. It is like the 100% death. It is the end, cutting something out. I feel like what is unexpected for you here, Virgo, is how quickly something is going to change, and also, like, how you cannot go backwards, right? So what does that mean? It's like sometimes I think maybe we make a decision, and then it's like we're stuck with the decision, and we can't go backwards, but maybe we kind of want to, And that's like what I feel here is like some of you could be making a choice. It's like once you make the choice, that's it. You've made the decision. And there could be some fears there, but I feel that something is coming to an end very, very quickly. You have the Six of Wands here as well. So I feel like you will be successful in this ending. But again, it feels like a little bit sad to me with the Ten of Swords. It kind of reminds me of like when I moved, years ago when I moved to Seattle. I didn't have enough money to move there. My brother and I moved there, but we just did it, right? And we struggled for like the first 2 years that we were living there to be able to afford it. But we did it. But the funny thing is like thinking about it, it's like those were my favorite years. It's like us struggling, to me, that was like the most fun that I've ever had in my entire life. So it's like I get that feeling here, where it's like you're going to be missing kind of like a struggle, or you might be surprising yourself at how you're missing those like fun times, right? When things were difficult, but maybe they were more fun in a way. I hope that makes sense, Virgo. I'm getting that feeling here on the Ten of Swords. Again, I wish again, trust me, even though it was a struggle, I wish I could go back to those times, because it was like, again, we struggled, but it was so much fun at the same time. So I kind of get that feeling for you here, but I feel like you're finding success. You have the Empress and the Knight of Swords here. So I do feel like you're kind of like unstoppable at this time. Pisces had a very similar energy. So again, if you have Pisces in your chart, I would definitely watch that reading. But, I feel like you're kind of very unstoppable and very creative at this time as well. So I feel like your creativity is going to be carrying you very, very far at this time with the Empress energy. You could be coming up with like creative solutions or different ways of doing things, and that's going to make you very successful. I feel like you're kind of glowing up here, Virgo. The Empress to me is a card of empowerment, but it is kind of like the card of your glow up. It is kind of like the card of you getting a lot of attention. And I do feel there's a lot of attention coming in for you. I do feel like you're going to be required to be, kind of focused and courageous at this time. Like, let's say you're making a change right now where you can't go backwards. It's like, people ask me this all the time. They're like, oh, you enjoyed that time more, but it's like, if you're more successful now, what's the problem? Well, it's like, when you become more successful, it's like usually there's more responsibility that goes along with it. So it's not as fun, right? And I get that feeling for you here, where it's like, You're about to become more unstoppable, more successful, but with that comes a lot more responsibility. So just, something to pay attention to. Next, you have this gateway card. There's a unicorn on the other side of this gateway here, Virgo. So clearly, wherever you're going is going to be a lot more successful than where you are right now, and probably a lot more unique, I'm getting as well. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Death card here. The Knight of Pentacles says attainment at the top of the card. It is a card of reaching a goal. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you've been very patient and you've been trying to reach some sort of goal. This is the area of advice from your guides, by the way. I feel like your guides want you to continue working towards something with that Knight of Pentacles. I feel like your guides want you to not stop. I feel like your guides want you to keep pushing forward, basically, with that Knight of Pentacles energy. The Page of Cups is about kind of like dreamy energy, and the Page of Cups to me is a card of possibilities. Didn't you have some sort of possibility card here? Maybe not. I could be making that up. Am I making that up? I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The Page of Cups, he is normally holding on to that cup, and he is imagining the fish that is in the cup. The unicorn would be imaginary, right? I really feel your guides want you to be like less practical. I know that sounds weird, but I feel like your guides want you to be a little bit dreamy at this time. I feel like your guides want you to dream big. I feel like your guides want you to imagine bigger and better things, and kind of things that might not be real, like a unicorn. So I feel like your guides really want you to kind of aim big at, to go for like the goal at this time, with especially as far as any like wishes, dreams, goals that you have are concerned, because I feel like that's going to lead to significant change in your life with this Death card. It's like you're clearly going through a major transformation here. For others, I do feel like your guides want you to know that there is love coming in for you here. Could be a Scorpio, could be an Aquarius, could be any sign. Could be a Cancer as well. It could be another earth sign that's coming in for you. It's a general reading. It could be any sign that's coming in for you here, Virgo. But I feel like your guides want you to be open mostly to all possibilities. And I feel like your guides want you to use your imagination. I feel like your guides want you to kind of believe in things that you don't believe in, with this gateway card. It's like, I've never felt that before with that unicorn, but yes, like unicorns are unbelievable. I don't believe in unicorns, right? But I do feel like your guides want you to believe in something that is kind of like a unicorn in your life, something that maybe is a little bit out of reach, right? Like maybe there's a goal, wish, dream, something you don't think you can accomplish. I feel like your guides are encouraging you to believe in something that might just be just a little bit impossible, but not completely impossible. So I feel like you need to go for it, whatever it is here, Virgo. But Virgo, let's clarify this reading. And we're going to use this is the 7th Sphere Lenormand, if you're wondering what deck this is. But we're going to clarify. Between the Chariot and the Ten of Swords, you have the Key. The Key is the 8 of Diamonds. It is a card that basically says you hold the keys already to open doors in your life. It is a card of success and abundance as well. Between the Star and the 6 of Wands, you have the Jack of Hearts. This is called the Heart, and it is a card of a love offer. Wouldn't surprise me if you had an admirer coming in at this time. It's weird. Yeah, all the signs that I've done so far have had something about love coming up at the end of the year. So, I don't know. I feel like people are probably lonely because of the, whole lockdown and everything like that. Could make you want to have a relationship more. Or there could be a change in the energy as well. And that could be bringing someone in. If you're not looking for love, the Heart is just more of a card of going towards your heart. It's like saying your heart might belong to something like a purpose, a goal, a wish, a dream. So it kind of just says start working on those things. Between the Universe, the Empress, and the Knight of Swords, you have the Clouds. The Clouds is a card of confusion. Remember what I said about internal growth. It's like I do see that you're going through this period of internal growth here, Virgo. And I feel like the confusion is the fact that, like, imagine if you had a circle, right? It's like if you started here, it's like when you come back around, like let's say you're making a spiral, you're spiraling out in life, and you're coming back around here. You could feel I need a whiteboard because this is too confusing, right? But it's like if you're at the same spot when you come around, and if you're like spiraling out in life, if you come to the same spot, you might feel like you're going backwards, but really you're not. You're like expanding out, if that makes sense. That's how I'm seeing it in my head. with this right here. And so I feel like you need to realize that if you're like beating yourself up over something that you know, I kind of got that at the beginning of the reading, where you could be beating yourself up for something you did in the past or you have done in your life. We all can get guilty or feel guilt from time to time for things that might just not matter. And that's what I feel like this is saying. It's like kind of saying, I feel like you need to realize that you're not, it's like you could be reliving something you don't need to relive. That's a feeling I get here. So I would try to practice releasing. Between the Ten of Swords and the Ace, or the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Fish. The Fish is your true soulmate, so could be love for sure. Amazing combination for finances. The Eight of Diamonds and the King of Diamonds, the Fish and the Key. Some of you have the keys necessary to create a lot of abundance in your life. This could be money, could be pretty much anything, but I feel like there's a lot of success coming in off of that card. Between the Six of Wands and the Page of Cups, you have the Sun, the Ace of Diamonds. Love it. Best card in the deck. So a lot of happiness, a lot of success coming in for you. Definitely a lot of abundance as well. Between the what was this again? The Empress, the Knight of Swords, the Death card, you have the Ten of Diamonds. This is called the Book. So clearly, there's a lot of abundance coming in for you here, right here. This to me is just like a ton of abundance. This middle row right here, the King of Diamonds, the Ace of Diamonds, and the Ten of Diamonds. Damn, Virgo. That's all I got to say about that. To me, this would be some sort of understanding. The book represents knowledge. It can represent hidden or secret knowledge. The thing is, with the sun here, the sun is like enlightenment. You know, it is, the sun shines a light on something that you need to know. So clearly, you are being guided, or you already have the information necessary to be extremely successful at this time. The diamonds can just be resources, so it doesn't have to be money. It could be time. It could be something you're trying to create. It could be any type of resource that you're kind of gathering at this time. Your top row outcome is the Anima card. This is typically called the Lady. It is the Ace of Spades. To me, it's a card of existing problems being resolved, overcoming an obstacle. In your middle row here, you have the Mountain. Every single sign, I think, has had the Mountain. The Mountain is a card of climbing a mountain. It can be a card of confusion or challenges. It's kind of like, every once in a while, I feel like it is the card of the road less traveled, and that's kind of like what I'm feeling for you, which is different than what I've said to other people at this time. So here you go. This right here is clearly a unique path, right, with that unicorn. I just can't get over the unicorn today, Virgo. So I feel like this is a very unique path. It's something that very few people experience, right? So I feel that this reading is like saying you're on this path that very few people experience. That's what I'm getting for you, Virgo, in your reading. I like it. And in your bottom outcome here, you have the Child. The Child could just be a new beginning, which it could be at children, of course. But for you, I just feel like there's a new beginning. Clearly, some sort of rebirth going on in your life. And this is something that very few people will ever experience. So, damn, Virgo, I like this reading. But that's that. I feel like you're in for it, in for something really good. So thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy the rest of the year.